going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to a Manchester United update. Some more news to tell you guys, but first of all, the settings I'm in right now out here in Doha. We're at the Doha Harbour. We're on a yacht for the day. We've got 2 games to cover later on, but the scenes here are absolutely unreal. I don't know whether it's blurred out or not, but there is a massive sort of ship ocean liner over there. A lot of the players' families and friends have been staying there. I don't know if you've seen social media. A lot of the players, the England players, friends and families have been posting up how nice the suites are, how nice the hospitality is there. So they're going all the way along there. The 974 stadium is just in the background there. The quite a famous stadium here, made out of 974 shipping containers. Really unique in its design. That is just over there across the water as well. So listen, out here having a few of these as well, in the right place. But fantastic. The World Cup has been immense, I have to say that. I just wanted to give you guys a little quick update about that because there's a lot of Man United stuff to talk about, which I'm going to talk about Cody Gakpo. I want to talk about Marcus Rashford specifically in this video. But on the World Cup, I mean, there's been a lot made about it around the world. A lot of people at home got their opinions on it, and I respect all of that. But from a personal perspective, it's been absolutely fantastic. The proximity of everything, you're able to get to all the stadiums within a 15-20 minute metro ride or Uber ride or bus ride, however, and it's just been phenomenal. I've spent time with the Saudi fans, the Moroccan fans, Mexican fans, Brazilians, the Ghanaians, the Portuguese, you name it. I've been around them, and I know you guys have seen on social media just what a vibe it is here. So that's the first thing I want to say. But let's get into the Manchester United talk, man. Right, let's start on Cody Gakpo, man. And Fabrizio Romano has been saying that Manchester United are in talks with the player's agent to discuss personal terms, and Erik ten Hag is pressing Manchester United to get this deal done in January. Doesn't want to wait till summer. He understands that other teams are looking at him. Yes, all right, Cody Gakpo turned down the likes of Leeds and the likes of Southampton after his move to Manchester United didn't materialise in the summer. And look, there's bigger fish in for him potentially. You know, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Arsenal. And a lot of the talk is that Erik ten Hag wants to get this player in now. His stocks are going up. Yeah, people are invested into the Gakpo stocks, and they're rising, man. We need to get this bid in quick. He's very versatile. You know, some of the finishing that he's been displaying here. More goals for him yesterday as well. Good amount of goals throughout the group stages. Solid performances, and you know what? He can play across the front line. I'm not going to lie, in the summer when we was obviously getting Anthony and it looked like a choice between Anthony and Gakpo with the money that had been spent, and huge money for Anthony as well, 80 million. I saw Gakpo as obviously the cheaper alternative, and some people were saying even then that he's more direct and he's this and he's that, and this is why we need him over Anthony, and then obviously Anthony becomes a revelation for us. Gakpo kind of went on the back burner. But now I think with the Ronaldo thing, obviously we know that we need to fill that void. We know that Erik ten Hag loves the player. We know that he's got a good relationship with the player. And the fact that Man United are talking to his agents to try and strike a deal is significant, man. It's significant. I mean, he did also stress, which I have to bring to the table. We can't just, be clickbaiting and saying this deal's around the corner, it's imminent, it's going to happen. There has been no bid submitted. There has been no talk between the two clubs, as reported by Fabrizio Romano. However, for Manchester United to go in, during the World Cup, in this period before the January transfer window is even in effect, for them to start talking to agents and for personal terms, which Romano doesn't miss on stuff like that, even though the two clubs haven't spoken. That's a big development. That means Man United are trying to get this deal done, and I think we do. I think we do need to get this deal done because, you know what, I've seen him, a bit closer now, and to understand how he plays and what he can offer. He's so direct, can play on the left, can play through the middle, and that's the thing that I had that doubt in the summer about him, was can he play through the middle? I was looking at some of his stats, and obviously most of his performances or most of his games were coming from wide positions as a winger, either on the left or right. But he did have games as a number 9, and he's proven in this World Cup already, and especially in this Netherlands team, that he can play through there. And I was reading another report that was basically saying Man United got to weigh up whether they have a short-term alternative to get to January, to get to the summer, and not spend big on Gakpo now and try and get him in the summer and get someone cheaper just to get through now, or do they strike now and try and find the money to buy him, which obviously would come out of the summer budget? And there's two ways of looking at it, really. It's the risk of what Man United want to do. I mean, for me personally, I think we've got to go and get him now to fill that void of Ronaldo. But also, if you wait and you don't get Cody Gakpo now, you're just opening it up to be a bidding war. You're opening him up for the price to go even higher. His price has spiked now because he's having a good World Cup. The longer he stays at the World Cup and does well at the World Cup, that price is only going to rise even higher. And if you leave it until he has a good World Cup, then continues his form in the rich vein that he's been in for PSV this season with multiple goal contributions, with goals and assists galore, and then you get to the summer and he's had a fantastic season. He's hit 20, PSV win the league, or do well in the league, so or win a cup, and basically his stock just keeps rising. And when that happens, the price goes up. You can argue that technically there's another year less on his contract, but a young player like Cody Gakpo, where PSV, he's the star boy there, and they know that everyone's going to be in for him, especially if more teams come to the table in the summer. Man United risk not only losing the player, but also risk having to pay even more money than now. And I know that Erik ten Hag likes his player and wants his player. So look, we need Cody Gakpo. We know we need Cody Gakpo. It looks like the easiest deal to do as well. We're not going to get a Victor Osimhen for 100 million euros now. When Napoli head through to the next stages of the Champions League, etc., etc. There's other players out there that are going to be really difficult to attain, and PSV don't have that Champions League sort of set up. They're obviously not in it. So look, for me, I think we have to go for him. We have to make sure we look for him and find him and put the bid in and invest the money now, get it in. And also, look, I know we've got the stuff going on with the owners, but look, there's not going to be an instant thing to that now, is there? There's not going to be an instant solution to the Cody to the owner situation before the summer, is there? I can't see that happening. So for me, Cody Gakpo settings. Let's get him involved. Let's get him in. Let me know what you guys think. Just put your voices and your comments, actually, should I say, in the comments below, because I want to know, do you guys think it's worth getting him now, or do we wait? Do you even think he's the player for us? Actually, some Man United fans I've spoke to have said, you know what, Flex, there's a lot of hype around him. They don't even see him as that. They'd rather wait, save the 100 M's or save the whatever it's going to cost for Victor Osimhen and go strong and get him. How do you feel about it? But I think the general consensus from Man United fans that I've spoke to, when you have a look at social media and get a grasp of how people are feeling about Cody Gakpo, the general consensus seems to be, go get him now. We need him. The price is only going to go up. The stock's only going to go up. Another player I wanted to talk about is Marcus Rashford, man. Back in it, back amongst the goals. 2 goals for him last night against Wales for England. And you know what? I just wanted to just take time out just to say how good it is to see him do that. I thought him just getting back in the England team was going to be, the icing on the cake. That was going to be enough for him just to be here, because I thought he was still a way off starting games. Saka was ahead of him. We know that Sterling's always kind of been the number 1 starter. You got Grealish to come in, and Marcus Rashford, after such a bad season last year, where we heard him speak on tour. We spent time around him on tour. He was getting his confidence back then, and he spoke in the press conferences when we were there, saying that he's looking forward to this season. He can put all the injury stuff behind him, and he had the bit between his teeth. And it's so good to see him rediscover his form for club. Yes, he's still got things to work on. I don't think Marcus has been at his top level, but he's doing this. He's in the ascendancy, getting goals for Manchester United again, being a threat for Manchester United again, and being amongst the goals. And you know what? To do that, to get himself in contention, to even get on the plane to come to Qatar, was a big plus for him. And even if he didn't get much game time here, I thought for him, he loves this England setup. He loves being around the national team. It means so much to him. That would have done him a world of good. Then he makes a sub appearance against Iran, gets a goal with his first touch. Okay, USA not so much. We made the changes late. But to get a start last night here against Wales and to score 2 goals, and should have had a hat-trick really, that's just going to do his confidence a world of good. So, you know what, for me, I think that's fantastic news for England and for Man United really, if I'm looking further than England, because a fit and confident Marcus Rashford means, we've got a hell of a player. He's got a lot to work on yet, finishing and composure and stuff like that. But right now, I just want to see him get that rut behind him and put it firmly behind him. It looks like he's doing that. And just while I'm on Marcus Rashford, just talking about some of the Man United players here, I was just kind of thinking about the amount of players that we've got here. How are we looking? How are we feeling about those players coming back? What condition they're going to come back in? And you know what? A lot of them aren't playing as much as we think. And this is why my thing was, when everyone's saying how poor the World Cup is at this time of the year and players getting injured and it's a disgrace that it's this time, I didn't agree with that. Yeah, mentally, players being away this time of the season, fair enough, they got to adapt. But I think a lot of these players are getting definitely getting a less rigorous routine than they would when they was at home. Take Diogo Dalot. They're going to be training in the nice warm weather, so you're going to be keeping up that fitness and stuff like that. But he hasn't played a game yet. He hasn't got any minutes. Terrell Malacia, same thing. I don't know if he came off the bench actually, but I know he didn't start in yesterday's game for the Netherlands. You know, if I look at Fred, he didn't start the first game, but I think he started the second game. Like I said, I already touched on Anthony. Casemiro, okay, fair enough. He's ever present. What a goal he scored, by the way. Who else is out here for Manchester? Cristiano Ronaldo is obviously not our player anymore, so that doesn't matter. Bruno Fernandes is going to play all the games. I understand that. Tunisia, I don't think Hannibal's made an appearance as well. He might play in the last game because they're already out, maybe to give him a cap. But again, he's on loan. I'm trying to think. I've got Christian Eriksen. Okay, he's going to play all the games, 90 minutes. Big game for them. Luke Shaw taken off. You know, didn't have to play the whole game. Harry Maguire will play, but he isn't our number one starting centre back. So, what my point is that it's a bit of a mix. I just think because the World Cup's on, it doesn't automatically mean that the players are going to come back and get burnt out. Not all of our players can get to the final. Not all of our players are going to go deep into the tournament. So, you know, not all of our players are going to play a load of minutes. So I think it's interesting to see that. And if I'm looking at the players that are standing out at that level, it's going to be the players obviously who are starting the game. So Luke Shaw's going to, you know, play an awful lot of minutes. Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen. I'm talking about out of our first team, Casemiro. So if it's starting team, Varane is coming back to the forefront as well, to be fair. Didn't start the first game, started the second, but then came off. So they're easing him into the tournament, but he's getting his rest. And if anything, I think it can have the opposite effect. So especially someone like Varane, who's been out for a while, to get him back up to match speed, so that when we come back after the World Cup, he's fit and fighting, ready to go. Touch the steering wheel. So there you go, really happy with that. So a little bit of an alternative. Let me know what you think about the Manchester United players that are on international duty. Is it a hindrance? Can it work for us in our favour? How do you feel about that? Smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back with another video very, very soon. Peace.